Man, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Sports with Richard Cole. Listen, a lot going on in sports, but before I get off into the sports, I want to do some. We want to do some small house cleaning because we want to kind of introduce ourselves to you guys. Like we said in the beginning, we ain't going nowhere. So we want to let y'all know that we do more than just Let's Talk Sports. For instance, I have more than one business, but my main business as we speak is I sell insurance. I sell life insurance. I sell health insurance. I'm more focused on life insurance. I don't really focus on health insurance as much, but it's what I do. I think a lot of people see me making so many reels and videos and things of that nature. They think that's all I do. That's not all I do. And not to mention, my wife and I are working on an online store. I hope you guys join that. Um, we're gonna be doing some models. We're gonna be doing some modeling. Yeah, I'm gonna do some modeling too. You know, old school, OG. Um, we got gambling sites, all kinds of stuff that's getting ready to pop off later on. So I just wanted you guys to know that's what I do. So it's not just Richard Cole with Let's Talk Sports. Now imagine trying to do all that, then try to do all this sports, and then try to deal with people like Rod, who's a Laker fan, and deal with my producer who's always telling me that speak louder. Look, your phone is crooked. Look, you got your finger in your camera. I mean, you got all these different things going on, but that's what I do. Everybody who gets on tonight is going to introduce themselves and tell you guys what we do because, like we said, we're going all the way with this. So, all that being said, everybody has heard about the John Morant incident. Matter of fact, I did a couple of reels on it, and I told everybody, okay. So let me just try to I'm gonna bring my producer in and let him speak on this because we spoke on this about 2 months ago with a different situation. I'm gonna bring him in a second, but before I do, I want to share something with y'all. I've never been a millionaire, unfortunately. I've tried real hard. I still haven't gave up, but I have never been a millionaire. But when you become an NBA star and you get your first bag, your first contract, you become a multimillionaire instant. It's instant multimillionaire. So here's what happens. Multimillionaires, from what I've seen, they're going to draw a lot of attention. In other words, they're going to have a lot of people around them, a lot of people with their hand out, a lot of people who are going to quit their jobs, and they're going to have to take care of them. So in John Morant's case, it seems like everybody around him just quit their job and started working for him, which puts a lot of pressure on a kid because a kid just wants to be a kid, regardless if they're good at basketball, football, whatever. Kids still want to be a kid. And they do crazy, crazy things sometimes. So I put a post out there saying something may be wrong with Jai mentally because he's too smart to make that same mistake twice. But I got to thinking about that for a second. And matter of fact, my video was about is Jai something wrong with him mentally, or is he being defiant? I'm starting to push toward the defiant part because none of this stuff makes sense. Now, I don't know very much about guns and gun rules. I do know I like to shoot guns. I just don't like to shoot people. But I do get an enjoyment out of shooting guns and learning how to shoot guns and things of that nature. And the person that actually has been helping me with that is my producer. This dude know a lot about guns. If a war would break out of any kind, I'm making my stand at his house because he got the guns. I mean, like, I got to be where the guns at. I mean, I'm just saying it when it comes to survival, characters just straight out the window. It's just about survival. So I'll be at his house. I mean, so with that being said, I'm gonna bring on my producer and let him give y'all his take on guns, and he gonna tell y'all about what he think about the John Moranis. And I actually agree with him. Um, so without further ado, Rashard Rabbit, you there? I
I
hear you. I hear you.
am
Now I see
way
you.
more fly than you.
tell him,
What
tell him what you
happening?
do, bro. Tell them what you do, but they not gonna believe what you do for a living. Tell them what you do, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm a professional stripper, uh, by trade, as my Batman, but my Bruce Wayne. I'm an insurance broker, life, health, uh, personal and commercial. My main focus is health and commercial. Um, And, I dibble and dabble in other stuff. I'm a kind of, I build stuff. I do stuff sometime. I mean, as far as the gun goes, I mean, I'm part of a number of gun groups that specialize that focus on gun safety training, safety as far as treating all guns as if they're loaded at all times, not pointing them at something unless you're planning on destroying it. Knowing what your target is and what's behind the target, and keep your finger off the trigger until you're actually ready for some action. Like those basic things, that's all part of what I do.
The funny thing about it is, you was telling me some things today about how this is really kind of subjective, and I was telling you that, hey, it's not job that job broke the law.
Right.
Job broke the code of the NBA, the code that when you talk to Commissioner Silver, I'm sorry, he he's like a player commissioner, so he kind of gives you a second chance. This, and that. You get that second chance, you blow that second chance. What do you think about that? Do you think this kid that should lose half his season because of that?
No, absolutely not. Objectively speaking, he was in his own car, or maybe a car that he paid for, or his friend's car. Regardless, he was somewhere that he was supposed to be. It was a gun that he I'm assuming he owned, but he was supposed to have it. There's went to background check. As far as we can tell, no law was broken there. Objectively speaking, he's squeaky clean. There's nothing for him to be punished for objectively. Now, as far as the NBA goes, they have a policy that essentially says that uh, you can't do. I'm paraphrasing. You can't do anything that's going to be detrimental to the league, which is super subjective. So, in other words, uh, if on a whim, Adam Silver decides, hey, you know what, I don't like the way you're wearing your hair. That's a super extreme point, but the point remains the same, that it's subjective what he's going for. And should he have some punishment? Sure. I mean, the league has to make money. They has to have a broad appeal. I get that. But half a season suspension over a subjective situation, nah, it's not fair. It ain't
Uh,
fair. It
the,
ain't cool.
the thing that gets me is, okay, the criticism.
Yeah.
Jai wants to be a thug. Jai, he's acting like somebody that he's not. Jai is this, Jai is that, right?
Mhm.
And the part that I had to miss is, I had a 23-year-old son at one time. At one time, he was 23 and he screwed up a lot.
I was a
I mean,
23-year-old
so
son at one time.
I was a 23-year-old and I screwed up a lot. Um, well, I did. I mean,
Tell me what you do
I,
when you're 23.
it's just something that happens. My thing is this: yes, he should be punished. I don't think you should take half his season. I don't even think you should take his endorsements. I think you should postpone them. I actually think that John Moran should seek help, and I'm talking about the therapeutic kind. He needs to go to somebody and talk to somebody, because I'm telling y'all, John got a lot of pressure that he's dealing with. He even acts and look like a person that's under a lot of pressure, just because he can put a doggone basketball in the hoop. I mean, that's kind of crazy. So let me tell all y'all this, and I'm gonna get ready to bring Rod on in a second. But let me tell everybody who listens something, so everybody can understand where I'm coming from here. If I ever became a multimillionaire, let's just say in the next 2.5 years,
Which I hope you
let's
do.
just get something, huh? Huh?
Which I hope you do.
Yeah, right. So let's
I
just
need you to
say
bring.
all of
I
us.
need you to let me hold $1.
I got you covered. And all of a sudden, I get 1,000 freaking friends or family members that I haven't heard from in years pop up on the scene, right? The difference between me at 55 and Jai at 23 or 22 or however old he is, I'm gonna see that totally different, because I'm gonna see that from a business point first. I'm not gonna see it from, oh my God, that's my friend, that's my boy, I'm loyal. I'm gonna see it from, Hey, I run a business. I get a paycheck. If I don't have the money, I just don't have the money. I know you heard I'm a multi-millionaire, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I can spend all my money because I'm 55. This gotta last me till I die. I mean, so that's kind of how you would handle it at my age. I just don't know how to do that. Man, I love your take on that, Rashad. I love it. Um, at this point right here, for everybody who just jumping on and everybody who been chiming in on my videos, um, welcome. But I want to talk about now. I want to bring my boy Rod on, and we're gonna talk about the Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics game one. Then we're gonna move on to the Lakers and the Nuggets game. I'm sorry, floppers, Lakers floppers, whatever they are. We're gonna put them. We're gonna put them up next. Rod, let me ask you a question. I, I'm doing good, man. Would you please? Because when you and I go way back, but we
Right.
hadn't had contact with each other in a long time. And when you told me what you did, I ain't gonna lie, I was impressed. I mean, I always said selling at a high level is something I always wanted to do, and you sell at a high level. Tell everybody what you do, man.
Well, I'm the founder of Brevian Energy. We are a commercial microgrid solution provider. We provide renewable energy for commercial organizations, communities, uh, municipalities. So that's what we do. So we're trying to make the world a little bit greener, one watt at a time. That's our goal.
And that just fits your personality. I mean, it does. I mean, it's always trying to help. Yeah, look, let me tell y'all something. Rod is a helpful individual. If he became a multi-millionaire, y'all probably can get all his money because he just have a big old heart.
Yeah, well, not all of it. I mean, I'm gonna keep a little bit. I'm just saying, Rich.
Did y'all see that face? Y'all see that face he made?
I am married, so
There you go.
he's
There
gonna
you
watch out
go.
over
Now,
You can let me hold it
y'all
down
got to
too.
hear this.
that.
Y'all got to hear this. Everybody got to hear this. Okay. Before this show started, we always do what we call a pre-meeting, and we did a pre-meeting last night, production meeting where we want to go over kind of everything what we talk about. These people think I wasn't going to bring this up, and Rod said the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics, and Rod brought up something that was so cool because I had already been saying it in all my videos. Ume Udoka is gonna stick his ugly little head in there because that coach made a difference for the Boston Celtics. I
Yeah,
kept trying to tell everybody they still have the same talent, but they had a beast behind that bench. They didn't have no joke behind that bench. But
yeah.
y'all know that he went on and did something that he ain't got no business doing. We trying to figure out how to what was he thinking with Neil Long? And I mean,
Oh, now that's a whole nother issue.
Outside looking in,
That's a whole
outside
nother
looking
issue.
in, you looking at Neil Long and you're like, what the hell are you doing? But anyway,
Yeah,
that's another subject for another day.
Okay, outside
Rich.
looking
Ooh,
in,
that's
inside looking out. It was a dumb move. I don't care.
hey. I'm with you on that, brother.
I mean, my wife watching this, so I'm just gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna keep it
Yeah, do
PG.
that. Do
I
that.
mean, like, but
Keep it
from
cool.
a man's point of view, we still trying to figure that out. We trying to figure out Neil Long. I don't know. Well, anyway, with that being said, Rob, what you think about game one? Do you think that coach? You think that coach can take them the distance?
Man, from what I saw, that third quarter, he got just flat out coached. They got outscored by 20 points, and he did not call one timeout. Not one
Not one.
timeout. So, and coming down the stretch, you have the number 4 player for the MVP and Jason Tatum. This guy like took one shot. They didn't get him the ball.
And I'm sitting there laughing, like, what in the world? Look, let me tell everybody something. I like being right, I really do, but sometimes I want to be wrong. Like, what
Yeah,
Rod just said is so impactful. Just think about this: the whole third quarter, you call no timeouts,
not one.
not one. You see your team struggling, and experience. Oh, that's right. You don't have a lot of it, but I'm just saying, experience supposed to tell you they tired. I can look at Boston and tell they was tired. Like, let's settle them down. Let's get a 2-point bucket and see if I can get them rolling. But you don't call any timeouts.
Man. And I know
None.
Grant Williams. I saw Grant Williams hit a lot of big shots last year in the playoffs.
And this year,
But
and
I'm saying
this year,
he gets no time. None.
Can somebody please explain that to me? Look, I'm hoping that Boston lose because I picked them to lose, not because I dislike them, just because I picked them to lose.
I picked
But
him to
I
win.
understand. Grant him being on the bench, but you please give me that logic. Back to coaching. Back to coaching. But
Exactly.
him being, he's an enforcer for one.
He's a tough kid,
I,
man.
I don't understand that move either. But Boston Celtics fans, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Go ahead, get you some red wine. You're gonna need some red wine before this is over. Some of y'all just gonna need straight up alcohol.
I still think there is no way they let Jimmy Butler beat them by himself. I can't see it. I think they come back game 2. They take game 2, obviously, and I think they at least take game 3 when they go back to Miami. I'm going to say that. I don't
I
think
agree
they can
with
let because Jason Tatum was in a groove. They just didn't get him the ball. If they kept getting him the ball, he would have hit 45 last night easily.
and why didn't they get him the ball?
Because they wanted to shoot. Joe Mazzulla did not stress getting him the ball. That's why they didn't get him the ball. They didn't say, Jaylen Brown, when you get down there, get the ball to Jason Tatum.
And all that happened when you tell your team that it happens on a timeout, right?
Yes,
You call
exactly.
timeout, and then you tell your team, listen, this guy here was number 4 for the MVP this year. We might want to pass him the ball.
And if I'm
But if you
not
can't do it,
mistaken, I saw the last game he played, he looked like a combination of Michael Jordan and LeBron James together.
more like Michael Jordan
Come
than
on,
LeBron.
come on, Rich. Don't do it, Rich. I smell. What's that? I smell.
No.
I smell hate. I smell hate somewhere. I
I
fucking
respect
smell.
your analogy on that. I'm not going to take that away from you. I respect that analogy, and you're right. He did look unstoppable, and those two guys combined would be unstoppable. I give you that. But I think he hit 50. It was like 50.
51.
I mean,
Yeah, he
like I
went off.
said, Boston fans, get y'all some red wine. Some of y'all gonna need some hard liquor. Some of y'all may even go a little further than that. I mean, because if you see, the Boston fans are loyal. They're like the Laker fans. It's like you don't say anything bad about Boston. We don't care. If we lose, we still the best team.
I'm
Well,
not
right
really a
now, y'all.
Boston fan, to be honest with you. I'm not really a Boston fan, but I'm just looking at the collection of talent that they have over there. I think right now on their roster, top to bottom, they have the best collection of talent in the playoffs, still remaining.
That's why they went to the finals last year. I can't argue that point. They went to the finals last year and they competed. So I'm just gonna tell you, like I said, Boston fans, get ready for a letdown. I'm just saying, Rod got Boston. I have Miami because them little scrappers over there in Miami don't even realize how big this stage is. They just want to play.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, man, Jimmy Butler just say, "You're not gonna beat me." I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I don't really care what you shoot or who shoots the ball. You're not gonna beat me. And when he's
and
playing
he
with that
doing
mentality, it's really hard to beat him.
and he doing it on both ends of the floor.
Both and stealing the ball.
I mean, he's so calm about it. I mean, it's almost like it's like a quiet calm about him. Like, really, I'm not gonna say anything, but you can't say. You know who he remind me of? Tim Duncan.
Yeah, yeah.
The demeanor. The demeanor is
He doesn't
like
talk a
I don't
lot.
really have. I don't have nothing to say. I'm just gonna bust your behind repeatedly. I mean, like, which is the worst kind of basketball player because at least talk noise. No, I ain't gonna say anything. I'm just gonna keep
Nah,
busting your butt.
that makes you feel even worse.
Even worse, right? I told my wife that once. I said, trust me, when somebody do that to you and they don't say anything, it's worse than
Well,
when
even
they
if they,
talking
they
noise.
smile at you, hey, how you doing, guy? And bust you up for 45. How you doing?
Hey, hey, brother, where you from? You know you're a pretty
Yeah,
good basketball player. I got 30 on you,
exactly.
but I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. Say hi
but
to the wife and kids when you're done, okay?
yes,
Have a great day. Take this 45 with
after I drop this 50 on you, go have a good day now.
No doubt.
But the thing about it is like I tell everybody else, that's what makes sports good. And I'm gonna say this before I move into the Lakers, before I do anything. And this is something I hadn't talked to neither one of you guys about, but I gotta say it. All those people on social media, y'all listen up. Me, Roy, Rashard, Let's Talk Sports with Richard Cole, all that stuff. Man, we do that stuff for entertainment. We have families, we have loved ones, we have a life, we have responsibilities. So I see some of you guys posting, and you say some of the most horrible things because you disagree. I give y'all a for instance. I told you about this last night, Rod. So Michael Jordan, I did a video about. I believe that Michael Jordan is the greatest player to ever touch a basketball. Now it doesn't mean that I'm right. It just means that's my opinion, and everybody have their own opinion. But I notice when people can't, when you say a fact or give them a fact, and they can't give you one back other than something they've heard, they immediately attack the person that you're talking about personally. This dude literally said this on a post. LeBron James is the best basketball player ever. Besides, Michael Jordan had his daddy killed for gambling. What the hell do that have to do with basketball? I mean, we were talking about this last night, Rob. You was like, "What?" All because I said Michael Jordan was better than LeBron James. Some people just take it too far. So for everybody who watching, there is absolutely no way we can prove who was the best to ever pick up a basketball. It's just my opinion. That's it. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. We're gonna move on and talk about the floppers and then the Lakers and the Nuggets.
Talk about the true best basketball player ever.
You're not gonna get me on that subject, Rod. But we will do a show about that. Who's the best basketball player? The top
right.
5 show. We're gonna do a show like that.
We'll save it for
Not
another
tonight.
day.
For another day. What did you think? Let me tell you what I thought about game 1. I thought the Lakers adjusted well in the second half. I thought that they really is a really Darvin Ham is just he's a good coach. I know it's his first year and he hadn't really proved anything, but this guy's gonna probably be coach of the year. This guy comes up with some good adjustments. I give him that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing I seen was even though the Lakers showed some heart and came back, because they could have easily folded in that game. They showed some heart and they came back. But here's what I was thinking about. And I don't know what you think, and I'm gonna let you answer this. Dude, it's just I saw the game and I'm saying to myself, I'm looking at this from every angle. If a scheme doesn't come in here that we've never seen before, I just don't think they can stop Joker and that crew. That crew deadly. Now don't get it twisted. I had no respect for them, but you know that. But after watching them in game 1, I'm like, y'all might be in trouble, Rob. Y'all might be in trouble. I'm just saying. What do you think about that?
I have been really impressed by the Joker. I'm just like you, man. I had no faith or no confidence in their ability because they bow out early, or history has shown that they bowed out early every year in the playoffs. This year, they come in and they're playing with a whole new vigor. However, last night, I think they played about as good as they are capable of playing, right? The Lakers played a decent game. They didn't play a bad game, particularly in the second half. Like you said, Darvin Ham made some great adjustments, and they came back. You even saw AD score 40 points last night. Normally, if he scores over 30, they win. But it was not necessarily just the fact that he scored 40, it was how he scored them. They weren't really forceful points that made a difference. And he only had 10 boards, which means he wasn't really dominating. Normally, he's, 25, 20, 22, 23 rebounds, 5, 6, 7 block shots. He was so really caught up with trying to negate or trying to cancel out the Joker until the points that he made weren't as impactful as they normally are. So I think what they're going to really try to do with this game is just make Joker a scorer. Because if he is facilitating everything, if he comes out triple-double, double-digit assists, that means the offense is flowing through him, and he's been making some great reads throughout the whole playoffs. So everything has been flowing through him. If we could just have him score the ball, play great defense on Jamal Murray, stop him, play great defense, keep Michael Porter from, shooting that three-pointer, just turn those other guys into watching Joker, then I think we got a chance. But if we let him get 10, 15 assists, it's going to be a tough night.
It's funny for the audience that watched this show. Let me tell y'all something. He said something real significant. He said the 40 points AD got wasn't thunderous. It wasn't dominating. It was production, but it was so. I got to bring this up because that's such a good point. I was talking to a guy about the Memphis Lakers series, and he was telling me that Bane was averaging 26 points a game. And my comeback was, yeah, he's averaging 26 points a game, but it's not impactful
They're not
26.
impactful.
It's
You're right.
it's just 26. I mean,
Yeah.
it means nothing. When they need him the most, he's not scoring.
Right.
And that's basically what you're saying. Yes, he dropped 40, but they really wasn't significant because you couldn't do anything to slow the Joker down. So they
Yeah.
wasn't significant at all.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you need 80 to have a game one like he did against the Warriors. That was impactful. That was he demanded. He's basically saying I'm the best player out here tonight,
Yeah.
regardless.
So I say instead of 40-10, if he give me 30-20, that's a win.
Yeah, that's a win.
If we get 30-20, that's a win.
But here's the thing:
40-10,
I hope my son watching this. We both played sports. We both played basketball before. Now, there's another embarrassing thing. Everybody talking about getting posterized and this, and that. But when somebody do a James Worthy on you, drop step, beat you around the corner and dunk on you,
it's a bad feeling.
it's a bad. I mean, when you know Robin, they give you that.
And when he look like your daddy doing, it looks even worse.
That's the part that scared me. That's what told me right there that, oh my God, AD has problems with this kid. He has problems with the Joker. Because, and you know as well as I know, I'm not saying it can't be solved, because as you know, James Worthy dunked on Larry Bird a lot. It didn't stop Larry Bird one bit.
Not at all.
So I don't think it'll be impactful, but I did think it stunned him. His play after that play was just different. I think it woke him up. It was like, oh, wait a minute, did this dude just dunk on me in the national team for national? He just dunked on me. And everybody's trying to like, oh, it's just regular basketball. No, let me help y'all out for those of y'all who watch it. When a player takes the ball on the post, gives you a couple of moves, drop steps, lowers his shoulder, gets around you and dunk on you while you behind him on his back, that's embarrassing. Even for you, even your own teammates are gonna get on you about that. Like, dude, the Joker just dunked on you, dude. I mean, like,
yeah.
I think it'll make a difference tonight because that happened to him more than anything else. And I was just shocked that not one reporter asked that question, but I can't get it out of my head because when he did it, I was like, wow, this is not good. This is not good because you know Looney can do that. Looney can't do that to him. Golden State had nobody that can do that to him. No. So when I seen the Joker did it, and let's be honest, Michael Porter Jr. had a solid game. He didn't have the Michael Porter Jr. kind of game that we know he can have.
No.
I believe Denver got more. Gordon didn't. I don't know what wrong with Gordon. May have woman problems or something. I don't know what the hell was wrong with him. But I mean, like, it's like I kept on saying, dude, just see Gordon. He's actually in the way. I mean, like,
he's so athletic though, man.
I know he's a good player. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying, whatever you're doing, Gordon, you need to get out your head because believe me when I tell you, them floppers ain't gonna stop coming. They gonna keep coming.
They will be. You know, and you know from experience. You know they're not gonna stop.
You keep on trying to get me there. You keep on trying to get me there.
I'm just saying.
The Warriors have been eliminated. They're at home. I watch YouTube videos just to see what they're up to. I mean, like,
they fishing. They fishing right now.
It's strange for me to have to see them not be in the finals, but they needed a break. Obviously, they needed a break because they ain't in the finals.
It's just time to go fishing right now, so it's fine.
I think what we're gonna do, Rod, is we're gonna get ready to go watch game 2.
Okay.
We're gonna say bye to the audience, but we're gonna tell the audience this: we're gonna follow both of these series.
Right.
But next week we don't know it for sure yet, but it's moving toward that direction. We may have a huge surprise guest for y'all.
Yes.
We're gonna talk a little bit about the NFL. We're gonna talk about the NBA. We're gonna touch on it, but we may have a special guest. And when I know, you'll know. But when I know for sure, I'm sorry, because I do know. When I know for sure, you'll know. But I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this tomorrow. This thing is going to take off. So for all of you people out there that's betting tonight, that's betting, I wish you luck. But before I let y'all go, let me tell y'all what happened to you for all those gamblers out there. Y'all got to hear this because y'all gamble. Rod, you got to hear it. I think I told you about it last night. So here's my bet last night. My bet was a little $20. Kyle Lowry, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Now it's a sneaky little bet, but I know a lot about Kyle Lowry, and I was like, oh, only thing I'm concerned about is the rebounds, but the assist and the freaking points, I think he'll have that. So let me tell you how this works. I'm so close to winning a good $300, $350. I'm tasting and literally counting the money as the game is going on. And there's no way in the world it's coming into the fourth quarter. He has, I think, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. There's no way he's not going to get these 2 rebounds and 2 assists, right? And everything is flowing my direction. I step outside because there's a timeout. I step outside of the room. I come back, and my wife is looking at me, and I'm like, what's wrong? It's 5, 6 minutes left in the game. They took Kyle Lowry out the game. What? What?
It's almost like
What
they
do you
knew.
mean you took him out the game? She's looking at. She got this. You know what I'm talking about? A wife look when you look stupid to him, and then she kind of look at you like.
Unfortunately, I do know that look. Unfortunately, I do.
And I'm like, I say, look, Kyle Lowry is normally in the game until it's over. All of a sudden, they take him out the game. So obviously, I lost that bet, and I'm sick about it. So for all you gamblers out there, believe me when I tell you this. Don't be shocked if some of the sure bets that you have tonight don't come through. I'm just saying. But anyway, with all that, Rod, give them your last word. Let's get out here and go watch the game.
Hey, man, we know LeBron's going to have a great game tonight. We just say go Lakers, and that's it, man. Peace out to everybody. I know you're
That's what I
sick.
think about the
I
Lakers.
know it make you sick, Rich. Don't worry about it. You'll be all right.
Look, Rashad, you got something to say to the people?
Bruh, how you lose Nia Long behind? That's just mind blowing. Like it's Nia freaking Long. She don't want to have Greg throw a whole brick at Debo, and this is Nia Long. Come on,
Yeah,
bruh.
man.
Let's do it. Still talking about Neil Long, man.
Man, I'ma
I'll
always
fight
talk
Debo.
about Nia Long. I don't care.
Yeah, I fight Debo too. I don't blame.
I'll fight Debo, man. Debo about another 100 pounds more than me. I'll throw a brick at Debo too. Rest in peace.
Like I said, there's some things that women have to keep it PG are very, very powerful. I'm just gonna keep it PG,
No
and
doubt.
it drives you completely nuts.
Yeah.
But from the outside looking in, I stopped trying to think about it because I was gonna go to the crazy house because things gotta make sense to me. That doesn't make sense. So with that being said, guys, look, this is Richard Cole. Let's talk sports. Rod, Rashad, say peace. We're going to watch game 2. See y'all next week.
Go Lakers.
Peace.
Go Lakers.